Hello, hi, I'm Eddie Obeng, and this is How. Daily, I bring you a different way to make your life more effective, to engage better with the people around you, to have the energy and motivation to take on life and really make the world work. Today, I have a really important pet for you, people engagement tool, and it's about making sure that you can work your way through the power politics mess and actually do the right thing instead of getting dragged into it. In our current world, there's so many pressures which try and shape you into doing what other people want you to do, the narrative. But this is about making sure that your strength, your power, your credibility, your belief in what's right comes through. It's called Nick's Power Grid. Let's jump onto Cube and I'll show you how it all works. So welcome to Cube. This is the workshop generator cubicle. When people are learning to teach and facilitate on Cube, we bring them here and we teach them things like checklists. How do you make sure everything works? Because we need to ramp up their ability to be effective on Cube very fast. They may have had 10 years to learn how to do presentations and talk, but suddenly within about 15 minutes to an hour, they have to be experts. So we give them checklists so they can work their way through what they're doing. And the checklists sometimes look a little bit scary, but a checklist, you don't do all the things all at once. You do one of them at a time. So you just work your way down the checklist, just like pilots do. You go, planning for new session. Have I got the content? Check. Have I got create? Yeah, check. And you just make sure, and it's really easy. So let's jump and find out what checklist we need for being able to progress using Nick's Power Grid. So the important name here is Lorenzo de Medici, Duke of Urbino. How has it ever happened to you that you've gone for an interview and you said, and they ask you lots and lots of questions, and you come out the interview, you go, I wish I'd said some other things. What I really wanted to say was the way I saw the job was like this. They didn't give me a chance to talk. Has that happened to you before? Great. Well, what happened was the chap called Lorenzo de Medici was looking for an advisor. He was looking for somebody to help him. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure he was looking, but someone tried to go for an interview to help him. Lorenzo was, let me just give you some images of him. So this is his tomb. Okay. So he was a bit of a warrior. So he just really loved fighting and winning. And you can tell he sort of liked dressing. And this painting just shows how wealthy he was. He was the father of Catherine Medici. So you get a sense, even in today's world, the Medici family and their descendants still influence a lot of our banking and our finance systems. And this chap called Niccolò Machiavelli wrote this document here as his interview. So instead of going to the interview and they're not getting asked the right questions, he literally wrote his interview questions into a document, okay, called The Prince, okay, Il Principe, okay, The Prince. And Machiavelli basically wrote it and sent it off and hoped to get the job. All of this is in my book, All Change. So if you want to read more about it, you can find All Change and you can have a look at it and see what's happening. So what's Nick's Power Grid? Basically, it's a way of thinking about trying to get stuff done. And it's a simple 2x2. Some people will be more powerful than you. Some people will be less powerful than you. Some people you have things to give. Some people you need things from. So the way you navigate through the politics is by being very clear on where that person sits and therefore what you need to do. So people less powerful than you, who you've got something to give, yeah, give them what you can, help them the way you can. Maybe in the future you can say, look, I helped you last time, maybe you can help me back. But that's really useful. People less powerful than you need things from. Basically charm them, work with them, align with them. If you try and bully people who are less powerful than you, which is what many people do, they'll gang up on you and you'll fail. So just be nice to people. Just because they're not as powerful as you, not a senior, treat them with respect, treat them properly, not just because you have to get the stuff done, because that's what you should do. People more powerful than you is much more difficult. So if they're more powerful than you and you have something to give them, then it's fine, because you can give them what they need and then you can ask them for help. Okay. Certainly make sure they know that you're helping them. You've written the report, it's helped them do X, Y, Z. So find a way to say, look, you wouldn't have got there. Because just because they're more powerful than you doesn't mean they have the capabilities you have. People who are more powerful than you and you need something from, use alliances. Use these people to help you. Get a third third party, an honest broker to help you present your case. So this is the way of starting to deal with some of the power. You should read the prints. Everyone should read the prints. The most famous change quote is about when you try and do something new, you basically get lukewarm support from the people who will benefit, and all the people who are going to lose out try and kick you. That's so brilliant. And he really understood it. And then there's controversial stuff which you must understand. Like he says, is it better for a prince to be loved or feared? You know, and people discuss that. And the question is, what sort of prince are you? And what are you trying to do? And just because you're feared, does that mean you have to be evil? And so on and so forth. But read the prints, come back and use this grid, use it in practice, because you will need to influence people in the future. You always need to influence people anyway. But in this fast changing complex world we're in, you definitely need Nick's power grid. So subscribe, get the quick guide, have a look at it and put it into practice today. Thanks.